Oh boy, this one is going to be controversial. What's up guys, how's it going everybody? My name is Blitzwinger and welcome back to a brand new Marvel Spider-Man 2 video, and today we're talking about some theories. Some controversial theories when it comes to Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Of course, just like pretty much any other entertainment product nowadays, when something releases, there is then an immediate influx of a bunch of different theories, ideas, some wackier than others, and today I wanted to tackle some of those when it comes to Marvel's Spider-Man 2. So in the style of one of my favorite shows growing up, Mythbusters, we're going to go through some of the theories that have been popping up for Marvel's Spider-Man 2 and call them plausible or simply just a myth. Now, of course, guys, you can also play along by using the comment section down below, and additionally to that by hitting the thumbs up button. Thank you so very much for your support. Without further ado, let's dive on in. First and foremost, first up is going to be the Eye. So why is this one called the Eye? Well, that would be because a lot of people are, and when I say a lot, I mean a lot of people, are claiming to see an eye inside of Venom's mouth. This is obviously something that Venom has had before in the comics plenty of times. They've done this in the movies before, where you can kind of see the face of the actual host inside of Venom's mouth. And so people are claiming like, oh yeah, I can see an eye. And not only do they say that they could see an eye, but they go as far as to say that it's a blue eye to try to gain some credibility in terms of the argument that they want to make about Venom being still Eddie Brock. Now, I call absolute myth on this one, because to me, I don't understand what you're talking about. I've literally taken the most high resolution version of this image and I've zoomed in and I've gone ahead and turned up the saturation and turned down the saturation, and the only thing that you could see is the saliva from Venom's mouth. You do not see any sort of eyeball unless if you've got some sort of a very, very vivid imagination and you're able to place it there without it actually existing. And so for me, this one is going to be an absolute myth for now. I do also want to say that when I say that this is a myth, I'm not saying that Eddie Brock might not end up being Venom in Marvel Spider-Man 2. That is certainly a possibility. At the end of the day, none of us, unless if we're working on the game or are closely involved in the production of the game, we don't know whether or not Venom will be Eddie Brock. We will find out, all of us will find out on October 20th when we get to play the game. Next, let's talk about Carnage. Yes, you heard me correctly. Obviously, anytime that Venom appears, almost instantly you have many people mentioning that they want Carnage to appear as well, which I think makes perfect sense. However, I also personally hope that Carnage does not get anywhere close to Marvel's Spider-Man 2. To me, I think that the story and the overall sheer scale of the type of story that Venom should involve should carry the entire game. I don't need Carnage in this title. I don't mind if Carnage appears in, let's say, Marvel Spider-Man 3 or in a spin-off game like Marvel's Venom. I think that would be terrific. But for this game, please, oh please, Insomniac, keep it to just one symbiote. Now, you might be wondering, where did this theory even start to conjure up beyond just Venom appearing in a game? And then because of that, people are saying, well, of course, Carnage is going to be in the game as well. Well, a lot of people have been taking this moment from the story trailer and saying that this is all a giant swerve. A lot of us were thinking that this is actually the Venom symbiote crash landing onto Earth, but instead, this is actually Carnage. Now, the main argument comes from essentially turning up the saturation during this bit in the trailer, because obviously it takes place at night, so it's quite dark during the shot, and saying that the symbiote itself looks more red than black, hence why it is actually the Carnage symbiote instead of the Venom symbiote. Now, for me personally, I think what's happening here is that I don't think those people are lying about the saturation thing. I just genuinely think that because in this shot, the symbiote is surrounded by flames, the flames are reflecting onto the symbiote itself, which has kind of a slimy type consistency, hence why, because of that, it comes off more reddish than what you expect. And so for me personally, I gotta call this one an absolute myth as well. I just think that there's no chance that they would introduce Carnage in this game at the same time as Venom. And if I end up being wrong, I honestly think I will end up being disappointed with the game as a whole, just because I think that it is going to be so convoluted having to try to tell both the story of Cletus and Carnage while also tackling their version of Venom. Next, let's talk about this clip of Todd McFarlane that went viral this past week.
Cool. So yeah, Insomniac's Venom has the Todd McFarlane seal of approval.
Oh yeah, no, that's cool. I'd play that, right? I'd play that. Yeah. I'm going, shoot, I don't want that little skinny Peter Parker dude. I'm going for the big dude over there. Like anybody can throw around tanks. Done.
Todd, thank you so much.
So obviously during this clip, if you don't know who Todd McFarlane is, first of all, shame on you, because if you're a Spider-Man fan, you should definitely know who Todd McFarlane is. One of the most iconic artists to work in the comic book industry of all time, the creator of Spawn, and of course, when it comes to Spider-Man, most importantly, the creator of Venom. Yes, this dude is the one that you get to thank for Venom actually existing. He's the one that created what Venom looks like. But back to the topic at hand, of course, after this clip went viral, a lot of people said, oh, well, Todd might have just spoiled the fact that Venom is playable in Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Personally, for me, as someone who's been following Todd McFarlane's career for a very long time, you have to understand that this is how Todd McFarlane usually talks. He's a very excitable dude. He's really passionate about the things that he's working on or the things that he's already worked on, like the character of Venom. And so as much as I know a lot of you guys would love to know for certain whether or not Venom is playable in this game, I think that this clip right here is just simply Todd talking about his preference for Venom over Spider-Man. I don't think that this is something that we could give credibility to when it comes to actual confirmations of anything. However, I did want to add this tiny little caveat. Over the course of this weekend, we also had this encounter where we saw a user reply to Brittany Morris. Now, Brittany Morris, if you don't know who that is, she's a writer at Insomniac Games who actually worked on the prequel book for Miles Morales' story, Wings of Fury. She was the writer on that book, and now she works at Insomniac specifically as an advanced writer. And she posted the Marvel Spider-Man 2 trailer, as were most of the people that were working at Insomniac Games. However, the interesting thing that happened was actually in the replies, because this user right here said, "My heart would pound out of my chest with hype if Venom was playable," followed by a plethora of emojis. And then Brittany Morris chose to reply to this tweet saying, "October 20th, we'll find out," which is an interesting choice to go on ahead and reveal here. But I do think that giving a reply is almost a bit of a tease of this being possible. Otherwise, why even open up that possibility? I think that that would be completely unnecessary. And so to me, the theory of Venom being playable actually gains a lot more credibility from this encounter with Brittany Morris, who has obviously insight into how the game will actually play out, being one of the people that is working on the game. In fact, the interaction continued with the user saying, "Didn't expect a response, but I pray that Venom is playable." And then Brittany responds with this emoji. So again, obviously this is no confirmation whatsoever. It is in some ways no different than what Todd McFarlane was doing, except for the fact that obviously Todd is not directly working on the title itself. But out of all the theories that we covered today, I think this one is the most plausible. So let me know what you guys think of these theories down in the comment section below. Do you believe that any of these end up being true? Are you siding on the same decision tree that I chose when it comes to these particular theories? And of course, guys, like always, thank you so very much for watching another video on the channel. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, and I'll hopefully catch you guys here on the next one. Peace out. See you later, alligators.